Major cleanup this weekend for people living along Florida's lower Gulf Coast after tornadoes ripped through the area. At least 2 twisters touched down with wind gusts reaching up to 65 miles per hour. The National Weather Service reports damage to at least 25 structures in Pasco County, mainly roofs, garages, and some carports.
Ohio Governor John Kasich is polling second in New York, but given Donald Trump's commanding lead, it's unlikely he'll get a huge delegate pickup come April 19th. His optimistic campaign, though, struggles to gain support at the ballot box or in the delegate count, but Kasich says he is in it for the long haul. One voter group that could bring that support, millennials. And join us now, an optimistic young grad, Gregory Caruso, National Chair of Young People for Kasich. Gregory, thanks for being with us. In the past few minutes,
for having me.
Got an email from Hillary Vaughn, one of our embed reporters out on the campaign trail with John Kasich, said that the event he just held in Greece, New York, outside of Rochester, biggest event ever for John Kasich. 2,500 people inside, 1,500 people in an overflow room. Why now? Why do you think this is starting to gain traction and the governor's crowds are growing?
I think people are beginning to hear his positive message. I would say the 2 most important things right now are electability and experience. He has a positive track record. He's been governor of Ohio. There's no better job training to be president than to be a governor beforehand. And electability, he's the only one that can beat Hillary Clinton. So we see it in poll after poll. Ted Cruz can't beat Clinton. Trump can't beat Clinton. It's important that the Republicans nominate someone that's going to be able to actually become president.
Well, you talk about before you can become president, you have to be nominated, and I'm sure you know these numbers as well as anybody. Current delegate count, right. Donald Trump 743, Ted Cruz 532, John Kasich 143, 1237 needed to win. As optimistic as the message is, you got to be really optimistic to think that you get from 143 to 1237.
Right. I think there is a misconception right now that Ted Cruz is the only one who can stop Trump. The truth is that no one's going to get to the magic number, and come an open convention, the delegates will decide. So I would hope in getting the message out that it's going to go to an open convention. There have been 10 open conventions in the Republican Party, and 7 of them have nominated someone that did not hold the lead going into it. So that's why, going back to electability, John Kasich's the only one who can win. So in my mind, a vote for Cruz or Trump is a wasted vote because they're not going to win anyways.
Is part of John Kasich's pitch, if you will, is this concept that I've governed in Ohio, I know how things go. Interesting thing happened earlier today. Liz Pran did a segment with a tax expert about how the various Republican candidates' tax plans would affect a generic American's pocketbook. The problem was we couldn't find enough information about John Kasich's tax plan in order to really figure that out. And 2 major nonpartisan tax policy centers say the same thing. Do you think there's going to come a point where the governor's going to have to get specific rather than just this sort of optimistic, I'm going to govern and bring everybody together message?
Sure, and I think the governor can answer that better than I can. But what I will say is he does have a track record to look to. He's governed a state. Senator Cruz has been a senator for 3 years. Donald Trump hasn't been involved in politics. So he actually has the record to look at. And there's no better place to look to Ohio, where he's very popular and he's done a great job there.
Well, I want to ask you a little bit about getting that message out, especially to millennials. For the first time in a presidential election, the number of millennials, number of baby boomers is about the same. Recent polling shows John Kasich's favorability among those under 35. 35% favorable, 27% unfavorable, above water there. But 28% of young folks have never heard of him. How do you change that, especially when you're this far into the primary season?
Right. I think now that it's 3 candidates, we can get the message out, and that's what we're seeing happening. It's a snowball effect, and hopefully young people like myself that are passionate about the country and politics and our party will speak up. We, as you mentioned, we're about the same in numbers as the baby boomers. Next election cycle will actually be more influential. So I think it's on us as millennials to say, you know what, we can make a difference in this election. And that's what I want to get out to, you know, whether it's college students or 18-year-olds that have the right to vote. You really can make a difference, and John Kasich is a positive and inspiring and down-to-earth candidate that, frankly, I think young conservatives and moderates and maybe liberals, for that matter, should be organizing behind.
Well, you're doing a lot of work, Gregory. You yourself have inspired a number of folks, especially with a video that surfaced of you that earned the hashtag #HotDebateGuy. We have that video, so if our viewers don't remember where they've seen your face before, that was it. September 16th, CNN, Gregory Caruso stormed onto the stage. Thanks for coming on and proving that you're more than just a pretty face, sir. Good having you, and come back.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All the best. Thanks.